Hey Vibe Tribe, oh welcome back to a new video, girl. I got the tea on the tea. That is. And I just want to say this, y'all. We're gonna have to have a conversation, girl. We're gonna have because I done seen some things that I'm like, I get it, but then I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Tonight's convo may sting just a little, sis, but I'm coming from a place of love and healing. Hear me out. Let's talk about the rise of the don't date him pages. And essentially, the T app is similar, right? It is a page where women are going and they're posting pictures of guys and they're giving their very horrific experiences. And while I'm not really a girl to blast men, I'm just not that girl, y'all. I'm be honest with you, I'm not that girl. I normally take my L in private and turn that L into a lesson and learn from it and move on. You know what I'm saying? But for these stories, I'm appreciative of the space. When I'm saying these stories, SA, grape, diseases, narcissistic abuse, physical abuse, multiple kids, marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of very, very horrific things that can be life changing for a woman. I'm all for them being exposed. But every now and then, there are little things like a girl got ghosted and she's posting this man up here. But more importantly, what I want to talk about is the young ladies who are going up here and saying, is there any tea on this man? Here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. If there was an app for women that had women who were spreading diseases, poking holes in condoms, intentionally getting pregnant, using men, cheating on men, setting men up to be robbed, being gold diggers, lazy. The list can go on and on, right? All of the terrible experiences men have with women, because I like to pride myself on being a decent human being. However, I will say this. At the end of the day, I don't care how morally sound you are. You are the villain in someone's story. And I would hate for someone to put you up amongst those women doing terrible things. I need you to consider that, all right? I get it. You've been hurt. You've been lied to. You've been manipulated. And your body and brain are wired now to protect yourself at all cost. I get it. But baby, some of y'all are using protection as a guise for paranoia and projection. Let's unpack this.
I keep trying for you. I gave you all the love I got.
So the platforms were created for protection. A safe space where women can safely warn each other about heavy. Hold on. I gotta pause right here. A safe space for women, because some of y'all not allowing this to be a safe space. Let's call a thing a thing. I can't be sending these men messages saying you're on this app. This is what is posted. It is not given safe spaces. And just because that's not your experience with that man does not mean that's not somebody else's. Please take that in consideration when you want to go be a pick me ass bitch and screenshot some shit and send it to that man. It's pick me behavior, sis. All right, let's get into it. A space where women could safely warn each other about predators, abusers, scammers, cheaters, real harm, not red flags or bad vibes, y'all. Not red flags or bad vibes. Real harm. Life threatening harm. But lately, there's been an uptick of women on these platforms saying things like, he seems like a good guy, but anyone got tea? He's been consistent, but too consistent. Just checking. Anyone know about this guy? And the craziest of it all, y'all. The craziest one of it all. No red flags yet. But I trust y'all more than I trust myself. Did I really read that somewhere? No. But is that what it's giving? Very much so. That's not cute. That's not cautious. That's a symptom of deep, unhealed trauma and a serious lack of self-trust and discernment, sis. According to the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, women who've experienced betrayal trauma often develop hypervigilance in future relationships. And that makes sense, but hear me out. Here's the thing. Here's the problem with that, sis. You start outsourcing your gut instinct instead of learning to rebuild that self-trust. You crowdsource your intuition to a group of strangers. Does that sound right to you? Does that sound healthy to you? You gonna trust a stranger over top of trusting yourself? Baby. Dr. Nicole H.E.R. in How Do We Do the Work says, when we don't trust ourselves, we subconsciously look for others to validate our fears or hopes, and that's where we lose power. So what happens is you may get one shady comment saying, "Oh, he may have dated my cousin in 2021," reply, and now you're ghosting a man who may have been sent for your healing. But obviously you weren't ready. This is self-sabotage in stilettos, baby. Psychologists define self-sabotage as a pattern where we unconsciously ruin opportunities because we fear being hurt, abandoned, or exposed. It's a trauma loop. You can't fathom something being real, so you dig until you find something to justify your fear. And when you don't find it, you walk away anyway just to be safe. Going back to what I said earlier, there are women who will get on this app and screenshot your post and send it to that man. And I'm not even talking about the negative ones. Your anyone have tea on him app? And if this is a good man and he's only talking to you, sis, guess what? He knows exactly who posted it. Now, whether he's a good guy or a secret menace, you're going to lose. Because even if he was solid, he now views you as a woman who doesn't trust her own experiences and lets the group chat dictate her decisions. And that's whack and that's weak. If he's a solid guy, he's out of there. If he's a menace, he's about to play you like spades, sis. You just gave him a heads up. He's going to clean up whatever skeletons he has in his closet, and you're going to get a polished performance. You're not getting closer to the truth. You're getting further from alignment. I'm going to say this in love. If you're scared of getting tricked, sis, your nervous system is probably still stuck in survival mode. This is why I want you guys to consider isolation. A lot of times we get hurt and the first thing we do is get under another man. Our nervous system never has an opportunity to reset. And when our nervous system never has an opportunity to reset, guess what happens? The next toxic ass nigga is going to feel very familiar, thus very safe. The body keeps score. Trauma survivors often remain hyper alert to danger, even when no real threat is present. Instead of letting your heart lead, you're letting your fear lead. And here's the catch. Fear and discernment are not the same. Discernment is rooted in intuition and wisdom. Fear is rooted in wounds and memory. And as a result, you're not seeing men for who they are. You're seeing them through the lenses of who hurt you. Here's what I'm suggesting you do instead, girl. Number one, rebuild that self-trust. Start journaling your dating experiences. I've said this in other videos that you want to start journaling post-dating. When you get home from that date, journal your raw feelings at that moment. Not when you talk to him in the morning and now he can convince you that whatever you was feeling is off. That moment you walk in that door and kick your shoes off, wipe your makeup off, I want you to journal how you feel, what the experience was like. Did you feel safe? What red flags arose? If you're not ready to check out, the red flags wasn't like, because we're not ignoring red flags, but we're also holding ourselves accountable not to move in fear, right? If it's a minor red flag, if it's a heavy red flag, you should know them by now. But the things I want you to journal are what felt good, what didn't feel good, what patterns did you notice, how did your nervous system feel, did you feel alerted to anything, what did you feel alerted to, write it down. This will not only help you to reflect on your own unhealed issues, but it will write it down so you know it's real. Y'all know that, right? Write it down so you know it's real. Write it down so that you know it's real. Because again, a narc, an abuser, a manipulator, a cheater, the next morning, they already got the lines ready to convince you otherwise. Number two, which again goes along with number one, check in with yourself. Check in with yourself before you tap in with them. Stop asking strangers for validation, sis. Like, this is a you thing. I don't feel your gut. You feel your gut. And while you're ignoring your experience to ask somebody who's not in that experience for advice is beyond me. I wasn't on a date. They weren't on a date. They weren't on the phone calls. You know what I'm saying? You were present. Learn how to trust yourself. Number three, read books and watch videos that build you back up. If you're second guessing yourself, I need you to stop that. I need you to be able to move comfortably in either direction. Which means if there's a red flag, I don't want you second guessing yourself. I want you to walk off. If it's a huge red flag that you already know, walk off. If this guy is showing you no red flags, lean in before you lose. Last but not least, if you find yourself struggling, this goes back to isolation, take a dating detox, y'all. I took one. I knew I needed to reset my nervous system. I was attracting way too many of the same kind of men. Way too many of the same kind of men. My nervous system was so used to toxic masculinity, heavy toxic masculinity. All in all, to wrap this up, sis, you're not crazy for being cautious, right? You're exhausted, and I get it, from being hurt and having to do everything on your own. But let's not turn healing tools into weapons. Don't trade your peace for paranoia, sis. And don't let fear be the loudest voice in the room. Your intuition is enough. You're enough. Before you tap into the tea, tap into yourself first. Until next time, love yourself, protect your energy, and deal with life's bullshit with grace and gratitude, girl. Bye.
I keep trying for you. I gave